What's going on, YouTube? Uberman here. I recently saw an article that was dated July 23rd, which is today, but the original article was from July 21st that says, woman sues Uber for negligence after being raped by a driver. Now, I'm going to have a link to the article directly in the description for you if you want to go through it and read it yourself. I'm not going to sit here and read it because it's not a long article, but for me, I don't feel like reading it to you guys. You can read it for yourself if you want to. But basically, a woman says that she was roofied while taking the Uber ride home. She passed out after the driver gave her a bottle of water. And she woke up, I guess, in her apartment, naked. A condom wrapper was like on her nightstand. And DNA found on the victim apparently matched the Uber driver. He was arrested. He was convicted. He got 6 months. I guess he spent 6 months in jail. He's on probation and now has to register as a sex offender. Some things are kind of puzzling to me, and I saw this on the Rideshare Guy, actually, on Facebook. And I was going through some of the comments, trying to see what other people think as well. And, you know, I'm guessing lack of evidence is why he only got 6 months. She was in his car, so trace evidence of hair or whatever could be attributed to that. They mentioned the condom wrapper, so he didn't leave DNA behind that way. Obviously, the attorney is going after the biggest pockets, which would make sense. They usually do. There must be some way to convince them at least to stop getting in random cars. That has nothing to do with this, but the next one says the article implies that the victim was roofied through the sip of water she was offered by the driver, but the author does not mention finding any evidence of drugs in her system. There seems to be more to this case than the article states, and I would imagine that those details would explain why the driver only spent 6 months in jail. Still strange. Now, the reason I'm bringing this to you, I don't want to take away from the victim, okay? I don't know what happened. I wasn't there. Neither do you. But I'm going to play devil's advocate here. What if the passenger was drunk? What if the driver didn't roofie her? What if the passenger, for whatever reason, and it's happened to me, offered the driver sex? Who knows? All right? Like I said, I'm playing devil's advocate, and I'm not trying to take away from this victim in any way. I'm just giving you an alternate scenario that could have possibly taken place. And there's a reason that I'm playing devil's advocate. I'm trying to look out for you guys, believe it or not. Gals, too. Let's say that she offered sex to the driver and she was intoxicated. She could have been having a fight with her boyfriend. She could have just been drunk and found the driver to be unbelievably sexy. I don't know what this guy looks like. Maybe he was a big buff guy. Maybe not. Who knows? Who cares? The point is, if she offered sex to the driver and the driver's like, well, hell, there's a hot chick and yeah, I'm going to go bang her real quick. You know, she wakes up the next morning and is like, oh my God, what have I done? I mean, if the driver took advantage of her, why would he even leave the condom wrapper? Why would he leave any evidence at all behind to suggest that he had had sexual intercourse with this woman? Some things don't add up to me. And again, I'm not trying to say she wasn't raped. I'm not saying that this is what happened. I'm simply playing devil's advocate because I want to bring this to you guys so that you can sit there and go, wait a minute. A woman may offer you sex as an Uber driver. It's happened to me. It's probably happened to thousands and thousands of other Uber drivers. Not just men. I'm sure it happens to women probably more than men. Here is a perfect example of why you don't sleep with your passengers. Okay? If morals don't play a role in your decision making, perhaps jail time will. You do not have sex with your passengers. You just don't do it. Number one, it's bad business. Okay, I would go so far as to call it unethical. True, I understand your passengers are supposed to be decision-making, consenting adults, and if they consent to have sexual intercourse with you and you with them, then two consensual adults having sex is not a problem. Wrong. I would not trust. Okay, like I said, you should have morals. But some people don't. And you know what? That's fine. I'm not judging you, okay? If morals aren't enough to stop you from having sex with your passenger. Think about the fact that your passenger may get up the next day and be like, hey, I could make some money off of this. Don't think it's the first time, okay? Don't think it's never happened before. Uber has a lot of money, okay? Billions and billions of dollars. And a lot of times, Uber may just decide it's just not worth paying for lawyers to fight this in court. Let's just settle it quietly. Well, the person still gets paid, right? And you, an innocent driver that actually did nothing wrong other than sleeping with your passenger. If it was consensual, technically you didn't do anything wrong, but you could still be facing charges. You could still be sued into oblivion. Not to mention, you're going to lose your job as an Uber driver. This guy now has a record as a sex offender. Now, again, I don't know what happened. He very well may have raped her. But apparently he has no criminal history before this date. This is why I'm trying to play devil's advocate here, guys, because the situation could have been she consented. He did it. Now she's suing the company, and he went to jail, and now he's a sex offender. Maybe she was raped. If that's the case, I feel for her. That shouldn't happen to anybody. It shouldn't. But guys, I'm not here to feel sorry for her. I'm here to look out for you, the driver. Male, female, whatever, gay, lesbian, I don't give a I don't care what you are, regardless of your sexual orientation or your race or anything else. It's important to me that I get the word out to you guys so that you understand that there's a lot more to this job than just driving. And should a passenger make sexual advances towards you, you should immediately shut that shit down. Period. Never. Not ever. I don't care how fine she is. Y'all ain't that thirsty, are you? Really? Come on, man. It's not worth it. It is not worth it. One time is all it takes having sex with one of your passengers, and you could end up behind bars facing rape charges, a sex offender with no job. Look, guys, I've got morals, but I can't sit here and tell you it's never been tempting. All right? It's been tempting. It has been trying, but you know what? When morals fail, the thought of going to jail seals the deal for me. Won't ever happen. I'll never sleep with a passenger. Never. I don't care how fine you are. There is no pussy worth going to jail. Point blank. Real shit. That's all I got to say about that. Guys, be safe out there. I'm serious. It can get dangerous. Don't sleep with your passengers. It's Saturday night. I hope y'all make a lot of money. Like, comment, subscribe. Stay safe out there. Say no and Uber on.